Hello everyone. It's Monday and we're going to do something a little bit weird and different today. I was going to originally... Chad has noticed that I animated the POTU. So part of the reason that I am starting late is because I had a hard time exporting the animated POTU because Photoshop 2019 just doesn't export animated GIFs, it's broken, and I had to download the update. So anyway, I was devoted to making that happen. You know, to escalate the POTU war. Now the other thing that we're going to do that's a little bit weird, I talked about it on Twitter this weekend, is that we're going to watch a video taken in the past of me doing pottery. And I'm going to talk to you as I watch it, which is going to be weirdly awkward for me. But not for you, hopefully. In fact, less awkward because I sped up a bunch of the boring bits of the pottery making. I was originally going to do it live on stream today, but then this weekend insisted on being very hot every day in the studio, and I didn't think it was going to manage that long. So, I had to do it on Saturday. I took a video of me doing it on Saturday. Unfortunately, the video is at 720 DPI instead of 1080 because I reset the camera scale size but forgot to reset the output size. So that's why it's got this little black background and this tiny line around it. But I'm gonna be more attentive to chat today because I'm not doing anything else, y'all. I'm just gonna play this video. And we're going to talk about pottery that I've already done. It's going to be weird, and it's sort of an experiment. So let's see how it goes. POTU and the POTU is watching us all. Animated POTU is the next step of the POTU escalation. It was, in fact, my mom's suggestion. So, some time ago, she was like, "Could the POTU's eyes move?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's actually a thing that could happen." So, there you go. Auntie Shepherd has joined us and noticed that the POTU animates. To be fair, if you're a patron who pays $10 a month, a POTU has already shown up on your doorsteps. I trolled all of my $10 patrons with a POTU as their very first print because I love it. So if you're wondering why our craft sent me a whole POTU themed chocolate box, it's because I sent our craft a POTU print. We're going back and forth with the POTU. So, let's get this going. Let's start this video. Yeah, look at that. Get to know just his very good Patreon plug. Yeah, that's self promotion here at the beginning of the video. Let's see how we go. Did I hit play? Good. God knows how long I made this intro. Probably too long. Oh no, Arcraft. That was, yeah, Arcraft says, and it arrived the morning you promised not to troll me with the PO2 anymore. That's the last PO2 trolling. We're just not, it's just not playing. Is that what's happened? Do we not? Oh good, it's broken. Sweet. QuickTime. The most basic of all. We're just gonna be like this. I swear to you, I watched this file. Oh, we're just gonna be weird about it, are we? Just gonna take this over to this screen. And see if I can figure out why it's weird. Cause yeah, it's just not playing. Neat. Well, this is off to an auspicious beginning. Okay, it totally plays when I play it as a little icon. It should totally play here. Oh good, now it works. Thanks, QuickTime. Cool. So this is the beginning, which I sped way up because it's basically what you saw on Friday, proving how obsessive I am about finish. Oh no, that's right. I left the PO2 on there. Oh no, now there's two. Well, nothing to do about that. This is a long pause that was even longer before, where I went to look for a pair of scissors, could not find them, and then found my Leatherman instead. Cut something off screen. Broke my scissors a number of times on the Leatherman, somehow. Because I wanted to make this stopper so I could pull the lid off. Here, hang on. We'll solve it. I'll solve it by covering one PO2 with the other. There. There you go. Solved. One PO2. Anyway, so I put a little plug on there so I could trim the lid with the pot together and not worry about getting them stuck together. With my patented cardboard trimming, and then I was like, I know, I have this plastic thing. That will totally work. So yeah, there you go. Now there's only one PO2. Everything's fine. This is me doing what I did on Friday, but over again and in more detail. Because I couldn't deal. So basically I'm tidying up the lid. No audio hooked up, so you don't get to hear the slapping sounds of paddle against clay, but you know, we've got MusicBot here to keep us company. And now only one. Just forget about the other PO2. There's only one PO2. It's fine. Although to be fair, I can actually add as many PO2 as I want, essentially as we go. So I could really, I've got all the time in the world now. This is a video I took on Saturday. I can just keep adding POTU. While we watch 15 minutes of me trimming a lid in a pot some more. When you guys aren't watching, I'm really obsessive. It's just in case you wondered how I work when no one's watching. Slowly is the answer. I can just copy paste POTU live while this happens. There's nothing stopping me really. I wonder if I can flip them. It doesn't look like it. Oh wait. Maybe. Yep, there we go. But what about the animated one? Oops. Nope, you have to cover that POTU. Can I flip the animated one though? Just politely do that off screen. Today's stream will be either slightly shorter than 2 hours Arcraft, or we'll do some sketching at the end. The video is about 1 hour and 20 minutes. So it depends how we're feeling at the end of this, if it goes well or if it's just been hilariously. So far I've learned that I can. Oh, Auntie Shepherd, you don't like the. I love POTU. It's my friend. Oh yeah, they're all there. They are synced up. There's no way. It's a GIF. I can't. Yeah, that's right. I said a GIF, not a GIF. Monsters. I love the POTU. But you know. Oh good, look, the boring part's over, everyone. We've killed enough time that the boring bit is done. Get some clay, roll some slabs, make some new pieces. So first thing I gotta do, now that I've got a teapot base, is I gotta make a spout. So, rolling a slab, making a spout. Auntie Shepherd says, I feel like I'm Otis Sketch with all the POTU staring at me. Look, I got excited when I realized that I could just add images live. And I'm really proud of my blinking animated POTU, so what can you do? Fun fact, this was at like 3:30 in the morning when I was doing this video, and I was trying very hard not to slap that clay extremely loudly and wake my roommate up. This is, Auntie Shepherd, this is the director's commentary. This is essentially Teapot, the director's commentary. It's true, I was making it. Well, the thunderstorm didn't really start until I took a break, because I went outside and stood in the street watching the lightning and then thought, this is a stupid choice I've made, but did not go back inside. So yeah, this is okay. Let's just gently unpotu here. Let's just simplify ourselves back down again. Ooh, I could make the pupils dilate. Ah, crap, that's a good idea. I have the file saved. I can just add animation. I was trying to roll the slab especially thin because I've made the mistake of not making a thin enough slab and making a tiny spout and being like, ooh, there's not really a hole in the middle. So yeah, I've simplified. So just the potu can always come back. Leftover slabs. I was pondering whether I needed them. Decided I didn't. Now I have a slab. And here I make a mistake. A real, true, unfortunate mistake. I did no measuring. I used no gauge. And then was like, I'll just put it together. It'll be fine. I mean, I made a nice clean cut, and Figment's main says, "Isn't everyone in their jammies these days?" I mean, unless a Zoom call needs a shirt. I was in exercise short shorts and a t-shirt. It's too warm for jammies. So making a nice clean join on my spout. Looking at my spout thinking, the walls of that are thick. I better do something about it. And then I ruin it. Oh, that didn't. And then I think, I can fix this. It'll be fine. I can, nope, it wasn't fine. Nope, it's getting worse. I'm just making it worse. I'm not, nope. Dipping it in some water. Because it was still in the 80s in my house at 3 in the morning. So I hope I've made the whole potu thing less horrifying, Auntie Shepherd. But if everyone is sad, I mean, apparently if I don't have art to make while I'm doing this, I'm just like a child with a toy. Get to know Nature says he's behind me, isn't he? Apparently I'm not to be trusted when I don't have something to occupy my hands. There'd be no extra potu if I was rolling a slab right now. But I'm not, I'm just watching myself do it in 2 videos on either side of my head, which is very weird. But here I'm going to correct my horrifying first mistake. I'm going to roll the slab thinner. Just so thin that it sticks to my rolling pin like pie crust. And then I'm gonna make another good choice. I'm gonna add it directly to the tool I was using to measure. That way, I don't make a weirdly large spout. Good thinking, Sarah, on your second attempt. You really should have thought of that the first time. Could have saved like 10 minutes of video. Oh well, mistakes were made. But they can be resolved. Spout part 2. Oh, I have a whole screen over here. I could just keep adding things to... It makes me want to go find other birds, honestly. Just like, I could stick a quail in there. Ah, but it'll open on the wrong screen. Not safe. Well, I can stick a quail in chat anyway. Oh wait, I can stick a quail in here. What was I thinking? So look at this good tea spout, this good spout that I've made. Second spout is really a worthwhile spout. Just a really excellent spout. Now I'm carefully trying to make it round. Because it was a little bit oval, and I wanted it to be nice and clean and even, because I was still at this point in the video thinking, I'll make a very simple, very traditional, clean lined teapot. That will be good, won't it? Made a spout, put the spout aside. Now I'm thinking I must make a handle. But what kind of handle will I make? I could roll it, I guess. But then that's a little boring. So what kind of handle will I make once this clay is not too dry to use? I know, I'll pull a handle. Says past Sarah. This will be great. And then I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I'll do like a nice twisty sort of stem branch handle. So instead of pulling a round handle, I'm pulling a square one, which involves putting pressure specifically on sort of in two flat directions as opposed to as a circle. Auntie Shepherd says, Sarah, do you need a fidget cube? Apparently, yes. I've never streamed without a thing to do before. It's weird. Just here with my tea and chat, feeling like I should be doing something. Instead, I'm just watching past me pull a square handle. It's going. I mean, it's going pretty well. This square handle pulling. As I recall, at some point I let a bit get a little too thin and had to break it off and start again. Yeah, I think there's that bit that got too thin, and I'm trying to fix it now. But I suspect that I did not. lost my squareness a bit there at the end. And then I was like, how do I keep this all on camera? And the answer was, I don't really. But I thought I'd just keep pulling until I got a section that I thought was good enough. Because, you know, better to have more than not enough. At this point, I'm going to be out of tea too soon as well. Hands are free to just clutch the teacup. So pulling a handle and then kind of deciding how I was gonna, like, what I thought I would shape it like. Kind of how... Oh, he's in his cat bed. Pet Jack's this thing that's made. He's in his cat bed, but the camera is still over on the other desk and not set up to point at him, unfortunately. So I'm just going to leave that handle there to set a little bit. And now I'm looking at that and thinking it's going to get too dry. I better put some wet sponges over it to keep it from drying out in the heat. Leave that handle to stiffen a little bit so it's easier to attach. Now I'm going to make another little square piece. This time it's going to be for the lid. Since I don't have a wheel, I can't throw a really nice little knob circle. And I could have done two sort of smooth curve handle loop matching for the lid and the pot, but I don't know, I was feeling organic, in spite of my insistence that I was going to try and keep it simple. So I'm going to do another little sort of stem bit for the lid. I've done these stem bits before. When I have... Oh no. Don't open that. Whatever's going on there. Okay. Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna find old images while we wash our hands in the video. Because pulling gets... Ah, there we go. When I made myself a pumpkin, that's when I learned to do those twisty sort of stem looking things. So now I'm going to attach all the stuff. Because that's the next step to finish the exciting teapot. Gotta put the handle up, and there's a bit where it's starting to get worryingly uneven again, and I'm like, will it be okay? Will it? Will it be okay? Who can know? Here's the whole family of pumpkins that I did. I made myself a bunch of pumpkins. All on screen. On this side, so you can't see my file list. There we go. Just now kind of trying to decide how twisted I want it. Trying to decide where I want it to attach. And how exactly. Fingers Faint says perfectly positioned pumpkin photo. Yes. Hello, Honeycomb. The Potu has animation. I'm commenting on a video that's already been made. So apparently I'm not to be trusted when I don't have anything else to do. I don't know what those flashes are in the video, by the way. I think they're an exporting flaw. I've seen one more so far, and I don't know what happened there. Auntie Shepherd says, I'm just picturing horrifying Potu gif parentheses 1 through 10 in your file list. No, there's only one. Swift's cordon slipped. Now I'm attaching the handle at the top. I'm trying to be really neat about it because I've got this really nice, smooth, clean, careful teapot shape. Also trying not to drop the lid. In fact, that's me thinking I'm going to drop this lid and taking it off and putting it to the side. Like a hero. Like a hero who saved a teapot by not dropping the lid. Back to my favorite dental tool. For careful attaching. Yes, Auntie Shepherd, exactly. Saved. Yeah, I did the smart thing. I reacted when my brain said, don't do the thing. Good job, me. Oops. I just said oops like I'd actually just done that. But it's not yet sturdy enough to flop around like that, and terrible things will happen. So. Now I'm fiddling with it and looking at it and trying to decide what to do with it. Bits of it are starting to crack, which has me concerned. And one bit in particular, just about where my fingers are, felt like it was gonna break apart. Like it had cracked quite badly. I'm trying to kind of compress it back together. But I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna hold. My thought is, okay, I'll attach it there at the bottom. It'll be a nice little loop. Everything will be fine. Just need to make sure that this nice twist works. And then I'll attach the bottom just here, and it'll be fine. If I just keep touching it, surely nothing bad will happen. You're like, I can fix this, it'll be fine. Twisty, twisty. Trying to patch it. Forever. And then I gave up. I was like, this will be fine. This is what I have. This is the new plan. Make strong choices, stick to them. Trying to tidy up the end there, make a real clean cut. And now I'm trying to resolve my shape. Now that I've made this decision that it needs to be this arc, I need to make it a better arc. If it's gonna be like a squash stem, I've gotta put some more thought into it. Artcraft points my dice obsessed moderator Honeycomb to an Instagram profile, We Rate Dice, which is potentially disastrous. In case you were not aware, We Rate Dice, the Instagram. I feel like I've used that little burnishing tool a lot during this teapot, more than I usually use it. It's not even for sculpting, I'm pretty sure it's for other sorts of burnishing. But that's fine. No little damp paint. What are those? I'm gonna have to yell at After Effects later for those flickers. I can't imagine what is happening there. Although it could be a recording error with OBS for all I know. I did do it on the sad old laptop. See, I told you, when no one's watching, I'm obsessive. Actually, I might be obsessive when people are watching, too, now that I think about it. Given that it took me 3 hours to make that teapot base. Realizations. Now I'm showing you. I'm showing you what I've come up with. Viewers at home. I wonder if it's a render error from the time compression. Sorry, professionally distracted by weird video errors. Because in another life, it's my job to fix those. Look at that, we have a handle, and now... Now I look at that and thought it was too big. Needs to be a daintier top, since my handle is just a hook now. Gotta make a daintier stem for my lid. Checking out my spout, make sure I didn't accidentally crush it, because that would be a tragedy. And adding my little lid stem. Now I'm trying to figure out if I've centered my lid stem. Have I centered? Is it centered? Am I sure? Yes, I feel like I might be sure. Arcraft asks, is there a specific reason why you didn't attach the spout yet? No. Not really. I just chose to do it last. I could do it first, but it's easier to hold the whole body. For the fiddly bits, like the handle needs to attach in 2 places. So, well, that was the plan. The handle needed to attach in 2 places, and then it didn't suddenly. So I just chose to do it in this order as opposed to doing the spout first and then the handles. Also, the spout is hollow and it's super important, so I don't really like to handle it a whole lot after I put the spout on until everything's a little bit closer to like leather hard. Because if you crush the spout, you're just really out of luck. Also, I have to stab holes in the body of the teapot, so there's no way back from the spout. And it's better to stab the holes when the pot is pretty dry. Just safer that way. To be fair, if I put the spout on first, I feel this might have gone very differently. I might have made very different decisions. I had no plan as I did this. Really? I was making it up as I went along. So, I actually think that doing the handle first dictated the rest of the pot, basically. The handle affected kind of all of my choices moving forward. Figment's Maid says, handle it. Yeah. So it was an arbitrary choice, but turned out to be an influential one. Maybe I'll undo the time dilation and export a version of this that's just full length with no weird flashes. Because that's real annoying. Although now this is live on the internet, so it's basically too late. Oh, the puns continue. Arcraft says, now you're just spouting phrases. Oh, teapot puns. Flashing's getting worse. Super annoyed about it. Oh, Figment's Maid, come on. You can come up with another pun. What about keep a lid on it? Pour it on. That was all I could come up with on the fly. If I think of something else, I'll let you know. You can't contain yourself, yeah. I like my tea hot. I don't know what that means. It just seemed like it worked. After Effects export, why do you hate me so? It's because I complained about you all last week. Is that why? probably. After Effects, trying to export this video, crashed my brand new laptop. Whole thing froze and restarted itself. Brand new laptop, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Eight gigabytes of dedicated graphics card RAM. And it crashed. And I was sad. But look, now I have a teapot with a handle and a lid with another handle. And I've curled it over nicely, and now I'm like, okay, I need to do something about this spout. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, do I have a plan for this spout? Not fully convinced I do. I'll just cut it with this knife here, and that will help. This will help me think. Auntie Shepherd says, did you know I did not have a plan? No plan. I did not have a plan. So then I thought, I better go make a plan. And I put that there. And I dampened a paper towel. Put that gently over it. Put some protective plastic over that. Turned off the video recording and wandered away. You can tell because I apparently touched the plastic while I was gone. Oh no, the flashing will continue. And then I drew things on paper. I drew spout shapes. And thought this will help. And it sort of did. So Arcraft says I need to do something about this spout. It has as much volume as the pot, and Auntie Shepherd says it does seem like a very large spout. So here's the thing. You always make a spout that's a lot larger than you need so that you have some room to screw it up. You can't add to the spout once it's made. It's as short as you've made it. So you make it longer so you have options. You can always cut a bit off. So as I was attempting to smooth it, I thought, you know what? Everything else is square. Let's make it match the handle. Let's kind of smooth it out to be that same sort of square shape. Still sorry about the flashing. Still don't know why it's doing it. But it's not apparently the time altering because I didn't alter this clip at all. So, So, you know, making a carefully square spout. But listen to this happy. Auntie Shepherd says I can't handle the tension of waiting for spout disasters, and I'm like, just listen to this happy music. It's fine. Now I'm thinking about how to decide what angle to cut it at to attach it. Thinking about what to do next. I might also be looking for something. That's a possibility. Oh no, I'm adjusting the light and camera settings. Yep. Fixed. I noticed my hands were getting very blown out. It's better now. See how much better it is? I'm like still paler than I actually am, but that's fine. Now we've moved on to tools to make that square actual square. At this point, I think I have an idea. And I think it's going to be really cool. But I don't really know how to execute it. You can see me sort of thinking about it. Now I'm going to use, at the absolute wrong angle, this triangle to try and decide how to measure. Not the acute angle, no, it needs to be the obtuse angle. Yeah, that's better. Looking for the knife. Drawing my line for the angle. Starting to cut, thinking, you know what? No. Maybe I need the nicer knife. No, it's fine. Then, cleverly, after almost an hour of video, I think I better put this X-Acto knife somewhere I don't accidentally stab myself. And put it up out of the way. Better late than never. Now we come to the obsessive bit where I try and get it exactly opposite the handle. And decide how far up on the teapot I want it to be. Do I want it to be sort of standard in the middle? Lower, so I've got more tree branch kind of look to work with? Like, what's my plan? The camera is not fully 100% overhead, so you can't tell, but but I'm also bad at lining things up. So I'm gonna keep doing this for a while. Clever, marked it with my fingernail like a hero. Now I'm gonna mark where the spout goes. Trying not to squish anything. Now I'm gonna look at what I've done and decide if I've screwed it up. Look at that, I have. Needs to go over slightly. Just draw that on. Polishing the bits that I messed up. Again, even though I'm definitely going to mess them up again. Just, you know. Then I got distracted with the polishing. Really, I'm procrastinating because I'm about to do something that cannot be undone. I'm about to commit. I'm about to fully commit. But I don't want to. I'm scared. checking again. Position, is the position good? Is it fine? Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay, here goes. Commit. Commit. Make it, oh, there it goes. Stabbing holes. Choice has been made. Getting all the way in there. Gotta strain your tea somehow. And putting my thumb on that lid to prevent it from falling off. I don't know why I left the lid on this whole time. I don't know what madness caused me to feel like I needed to do this while the lid was on. Ah, Figment's made. So Arcraft says, what if the spout and the handle were at a 90-degree angle instead of 180? It seems like it would, yeah, I mean, it would pour fine in a largish pot as well. There are some pots that do that. Let me see if I can find an example. Yeah, there we go. It's actually quite a traditional, let me see if I can find an image that's just an image. Open image in new tab. Yes, there we go. Getting ready to put that spout on. It's quite a traditional shape, actually. This version of a teapot with side handle. And I think if I hadn't curved this handle, I might have done that, but because this handle is a hook, it kind of works best for, oh, now see, this is where the video, because I can't show you with my hand, you want to hook your hand through it and just tip. You can't get a good grip on it to turn it with the 90-degree angle spout. But someday we'll make a teapot with a spout and a handle at 90 degrees instead of 180. Right. I can't rotate the potu, you see. I can only move it around. OBS is not that excited about letting me. About letting me ruin your day. So now I'm attaching the spout. This is kind of critical because I need to not cover those holes, as they are how the tea will pour. So I'm trying to be real good about it. Hello, they might be scientists. You did not miss this. You did not miss me talking over a video of myself finishing a teapot. We've gotten to the part where we're attaching the spout. Oh, look at me fully off camera even though no one's watching. So now that it's attached, I'm going to do something dangerous and stupid. Because I'm looking at it and curving it up and thinking, it's not fun enough. I don't like it. And I'm thinking, oh, it's already starting to crack when I bend it. What's a good idea? Making it worse. Yeah, let's just really carefully twist it. That'll be great. That'll be fine. What could go wrong? What could... The baby scientist says the handle reminds me of squash stems though, and I'm pleased because that is literally what it's based on. So look at that. I've succeeded. Already. Past Sarah has succeeded in her goals. Right now though, she's panicking. Right now, past Sarah is hard panicking about her spout life choices. Panicking and yet staying the course. Like, this could go horribly wrong, and yet here I go. I'm continuing to do the thing. Continuing to do the thing. And it's basically splitting, and I'm like, it's fine. There might be scientists says panicking yet staying the course is 2020 mood. Yeah, basically. Panicking, but doing it anyway. This is after I've gone outside and stood in a thunderstorm and then come back in and turned off the new laptop lest everything fry. Don't care about this laptop. This is the old laptop. So now it's raining and there's thunder. My power has stayed fully on. They might be scientists. I've jinxed it now. PG&E keeps sending me notifications about how I can save power and run my AC less, and I'm like, oh, it's adorable that you think we have AC. Although today it is a perfectly acceptable 78 in the studio. Still warm, but the kind of warm that a person can deal with. More importantly, the kind of warm that a computer can deal with. Now I'm trying to fix those bits that started to crack. Because the last thing you want from your spout is for it to dribble tea everywhere. Now the Happy Scientist says PG&E has been doing rotating power outages near where I have family. Yes, PG&E, the failure that they are once again doing rotating power outages. Oh, look, I'm going to use the really sharp X-Acto knife to cut this. I'm like, is this going to be okay? Nope. Nope, I need a better knife. This one's for paper. Now I've ruined it. But I just needed a really clean cut. There we go. So anyway, PG&E. Yes, I am and have been in the past in the little pocket of too city to bother with turning off. So far I've been free from outages. Knock on a particle board of my desk. It will stay that way. So I've trimmed the end. And now I have all of the bits on the teapot, all the bits. Arcraft says, you know something is wrong if the capitalist company says, hey, what if you consume less? Yes, they are worried that since we're all working from home and it's 100 degrees out, that we will use too much power and they'll run out. Now I have to tidy up this end. I'm thinking, how will the tea pour? obviously out of that corner. So I need to make it a good pouring lip to tidy it up. Why does it keep flashing? I still don't know. I'm still gonna keep bringing it up. It's just gonna be a thing we talk about forever. They Might Be Scientists is sharing their California grad school experience. The discount in electricity because they didn't get paid very much, but also work at AC, so that's where they stayed. I admit I've abbreviated those messages instead of reading them verbatim, but that's the general idea. Yeah, I don't. It's frustrating to be sheltering in place, so I can't steal other people's AC. No worries, They Might Be Scientists. I just I wanted to comment on it, but also not read all of it because everyone in chat can read it already. Because I wanted to complain about the fact that I'm sheltering in place and can't just go to a place like a movie theater that has air conditioning. And I want to go to the beach, but all the other people will have done so because it's hot. Then there'll be other people. And in this zombie apocalypse, I have to avoid other people. Full disclosure, the rest of this video is me tidying up this teapot. Nothing happens, nothing changes. It's not, there's no disasters to come. Arcraft is giving us a cooking update. Made lentils, which I cooked by accident. But added couscous spice. Added couscous spice mix, and it is surprisingly good. I like the mix that comes in a little package of like make a couscous. Look at me making this teapot tidy. I mean, so lentils. Lentils overcooked are still fine. They're just more of a soup. Less of a bean. Seed? Are lentils beans? Do they count as beans? Are they considered beans? Tell me, chat. While video me delicately paintbrushes away all of the potential cracks and flaws in this spout. Tell me if lentils are beans. Lentils are legumes, but are all beans are legumes, but are all legumes beans? Yes, this is the kind of excellent educational content you come here for. There might be scientist says no, lentils are not beans, or no, all legumes are not. Legumes can be all sorts of things. Okay, good. Kudzu is a legume. Well, that's disappointing on many levels. Don't eat kudzu. Oh, Auntie Shepherd, still awake, reacting violently to the mention of kudzu, the demon plant. Kudzu, the bane of all the South. The invasive species some clever person decided was a really good ground cover for next to highways that has since ruined the southern United States. Well, I mean, not fully ruined, but it spreads a lot. Oh, the leaves of kudzu are actually edible. Well, there we are then. Alfalfa sprouts are delicious, that's also true. They're nice on sandwiches. Hello, Otenchi 3. This teapot's almost done. Oh look, those are the little, finally took that lid off. The little nubbins. Showing you the little nubbins for some reason. Ah, and jelly from the kudzu flowers tastes like fake grape flavor, we have been told. By Auntie Shepherd in chat. Tenchi 3 has been ninja watching. Aha. I am attempting to move the light and show you guys the holes inside, and finding that I can't show the camera and also see them at the same time. So you're gonna have to watch the butt of the teapot for a while I clean the little holes for the strainer to go to the spout, because there is nothing worse than trying to wash the inside of a teapot with little sharp bits around those holes. It's a bad time. Of course, I could also not glaze the interior of the teapot and let it absorb one kind of tea flavor, but it's not the right kind of clay for that. It's not the appropriate kind of clay for a nice burnished actual raw clay teapot. Raw clay, not raw clay. Fired but unglazed clay. Figments May would like to know if kudzu flower jelly tastes like good or bad fake grape. Auntie Shepherd says, like grape Kool-Aid. So make your own judgments on whether that means good or bad. Or find some kudzu flowers, make your own jelly, and find out for yourself. And if you do, report back. We'll do a poll of how various people find the flavor of kudzu jelly. Oh no, Tenchi 3 says that they once read a story where someone genetically crossbred kiwi with kudzu so that it'd have edible fruit, and they've been sad that it doesn't really exist ever since. Oh, that would be great, right? If kudzu just if kudzu was basically the same as like those little mini kiwi berry things. Thing this is not close enough to any kudzu to try. I'm not either. It's not. Like all good teachers, they might be scientists, says they love scaring their students with pictures of kudzu when we talk about legumes in biochem. And now I'm trying to figure out how to tidy up those little holes some more. I'm trying to find a tool with the right angle so I don't accidentally damage the lip of the teapot, because that's a thing that can happen real easily, trying to reach inside there. But I want to make sure they're really tidy. Monty Shepard says, tell them how freaking fast kudzu grows. Like, don't park your car next to it unless you're gonna move it. Tidying everything up. Trying to decide if I've done all of the things necessary. Uh-oh, I've grabbed the burnishing tool. Lord knows what will happen now. I'm gonna tidy up all the little tiny nicks I've put in the side of the teapot during all this process that you can't see, but that I can. Hello, Cascadia Studio. There might be scientists as of the things from the US that horrify Australians. Kudzu is up there with skunks. I would like to say that Australia does not have the right to be horrified at our biodiversity. They have, like, all of the poisonous spiders. All of them. That rock is an agate. Agates are good for burnishing. They polish well. Cascadia Studio joining now says, what a cute teapot, thank you. We've been watching a video of me doing it on Saturday while I talk about it, which is weird, but it's gone okay, I think. Chat hasn't told me to stop, although they have told me to stop putting POTU on screen. I've been chastised for not being able to control myself. Monty Shepard says there were too many POTU in all caps. But Get to Know Nature says more POTU. So we have a divide. Oh, I like the frog with the teacup at the end of your emotes, Cascadia Studio. That's pretty cute. I mean, there was a lot of POTU at one point. I got excited. So, look at that. Look at that. I think I finished the teapot. Did I? Nope. It's a lie. I remembered the lid. I didn't finish the teapot. Monty Shepard finds the POTU sneaking on and off screen incredibly creepy. I think it's lovable. So lovable. So yeah, apparently when my hands are free and I'm not making art, I'm just talking about it. I add a bunch of things to OBS to play with. That's what happens. I don't know why the light got real bad there. Nothing about the setup changed. My camera can't deal. Yep, we're gonna watch me burnish the lid now. I want it to fit nicely. I want it to be a nice teapot. I want everything to be clean and crisp, except for the incredibly organic handle choices I've made to go with the very clean, crisp body. I don't know, it made sense at the time. Checking to see if that fit is decent. Looking at all the places that I'm gonna still need to clean up later. Fiddling, because fiddling is important. Can't just be done. What tool do I need to fiddle? This tool, obviously. Well, this track from MusicBot is a little bit too ominous for what's going on screen. So in spite of the heat, I have made a teapot before it got too dry to attach anything to. Still annoyed that that curve isn't a really good arc. Giving up. Am I giving? Yep, there. Centering the lid for no reason. Ta-da! And it's done! Watch me do a slow motion spinning video of it just for you. Fun fact, between this video and the previous one, I burnished it for like 2 hours. Well, slightly less than that. I lost track of time. I didn't look up really until my cell phone died, because I was listening to music with it. I just like burnishing. It's very satisfying. At least now the music sort of fits. Like it's in a weird slow motion. So yeah, I finished a teapot. I put all the bits on it. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. And then I made it very shiny, which won't last after the firing. It won't be shiny anymore. But what can you do? Look at that. Look at that, the video's over. Neat. We did it. We did it. We played a whole video of me making a teapot, and I talked about it. Figment's Mate has asked a question that means that I get to tell you about pottery firing temperatures. Perfect. Figment's Mate says, I thought some burnished pottery stayed shiny. The answer is yes, some burnished pottery does stay shiny. It is based on your firing temperature and your type of clay. At a low temperature, you aren't changing the chemical makeup of the clay as much, and it stays burnished and shiny. So for example, if I was pit firing or wood firing to a low fire temperature, it would stay burnished. So when I get it back from the bisque firing, it will still have some of the burnished quality. It will still feel smooth. It won't be shiny, but it will still have sort of that smoothness. But the clay I've used is a high fire clay, which goes to cone 6. which is quite hot. Although it goes all the way up to cone 10 in temperature. Possibility. But this clay is formulated for cone 6, which means that once it gets its final firing and it's fully vitrified, it will be rough again. Not as rough as if I hadn't burnished it. The bottom will still have a nice smooth feel to it, but it won't have that like really nice shiny quality. But I enjoy doing it, and I like doing it for especially the base of things like that can't be glazed. Because then they'll still have a nice smooth feel and they'll be nice on like a table surface. Also, it's just a really pleasing effect to have. I can enjoy it while it lasts, you know? And that's nice. So yeah, we're putting our window back the way it once was. There we go. Hang on, we gotta tidy up this screen a little bit. There we go. So, a little bit of time left. Finished our video, talked about a teapot. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Don't know how I'm gonna glaze it. Probably in sort of a rich sort of chino brown, maybe. Seems like a plan. So I hope you enjoyed that weird little experiment. I wanted everyone to see the fun, exciting bits of the teapot as opposed to just me making a sphere for 3 hours. So that happened. Auntie Shepherd, there are not too many Potu. There is one Potu. All the other Potu have gone home. How the Might Be Scientist says that was cool to watch. Thank you. I'm glad that it was cool to watch. I hope that everyone had a little bit of fun. I'm gonna these are the spout versions that I drew. Spout possibilities. Oh, and then like just a little nubbin of a spout is also a possibility. Chad is politely reassuring me that in spite of having traumatized Auntie Shepherd with Potu, I have not made a tragic mistake and forced everyone to watch a video of pottery for an hour and a half. I don't know. I don't have a... Well, I'll just draw. I'll just draw a quail. Because, I mean, you know. Because obviously. This is a fully unreferenced quail. No idea. No idea what I'm doing. Not looking it up. just making my choices and sticking to them. As you do. I feel like it kind of has emu feet. That's fine. Cascadia Studios, they gotta lie down with a pile of ice. It's way too hot. Yeah. It's actually better here today than it has been. It was real hot for the weekend. Now it's politely 70. It's going to be in the lower 80s for a while, I think. I've given up. I'm looking at reference. I've opened a quail image. Oh, now I kind of want to make a really nice round lady quail. Because why not? Because I can. Because I have the power. Just nice and floofy. Because, you know, floofy is good. To move this fellow over. And tidy him up some. I feel like I've accidentally made him look more pleased with himself, but that's fine. It's fine for him to be proud. Because, you know, quail. now we're just kind of having a little bit of fun, filling the last bit of time. Before I go and make myself some dinner. And have to do some revisions on client work, which is always not my favorite part. Because, you know, even when they're correct about their changes, it still feels like they're arbitrarily changing a thing that was already done. It's unfair, but what can you do? Auntie Shepherd says nice soothing quill. Yeah, we're back to, oops, that's not the lasso tool. Back to birds in Photoshop. Might Be Scientist says that is definitely a mood, except in my case it is reviewer 2 usually. Ah, yes. Academic paper reviews, from what I have been told, are the worst. Oh, Figment's Mate says save, and I'm like, must we though? Oh no, don't show me this again. I don't ever want to save to cloud documents. This is the new Photoshop that I downloaded to save that very specific PO2 animation. Oh, what even is today? The 17th? Yes. Good. Saved. Does it need saving though? Let's have some fun. Let's just mess around. Oops. Needs to be smaller. And it needs to be that color. I don't even know what layer I'm working. There we go. Ode to the Blocks, the Tetris theme song. Attention 3 says Figments. We should totally get someone set up a remote save function on your computer so that Hannah can spam it. Oh dear, no, that's not good. Because the first time you save it, it opens the last file folder that you've saved in. And often that is something that is NDA'd for a client. Try and be careful. I don't always succeed. But But if I have been doing like Photoshop NDA stuff, I definitely set up a saved file before we start. For safety's sake. Maybe just this. For fun. Look, saving is hard and complicated, and we all just have to work together to remember to do it. But also, not everything you draw deserves to be saved forever. There's a hard, sad fact for you. Oh, wait. I have to... Oh, we'll fix it in a second. There. Oh, it just set up a Twitch thing this made says maybe just a prompt within Twitch. Someone types in a thing and it adds this just spam me with a saved prompt. Just a polite reminder. Although to be fair, I'm not sure that's any faster than anyone in chat just typing save in all caps at me. But alas, yes, there are secrets on my computer which you can never see. So, I must protect them. Because that's how it goes. I'm trying to sort of fake erasing into charcoal, and I'm not using the right eraser tool for that, but I'm going with it anyway. Figment's Made says, I know you can't tell us what you're working on or anything, but can you tell us what the types of clients you have? Huge blockbuster movie studios and whatnot. I mean, it changes. I have worked for Netflix, I've worked for Google, I've worked for DreamWorks. Tangentially, I did some stuff for the website for the here's a DreamWorks, because it's long ago and I can share all this information without being sued. I did some of the animation for the web games for the very first How to Train Your Dragon movie, and they sent us this little DVD of clips of the animation for reference, and all over everything was just big, like, do not share, do not, this big, like, don't show anyone these things information. But by the time I got it, the art book was already out, so it felt a little much. Like, maybe you're a little too vehement about something that I can get in a book on Amazon? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, Tenchi3 says, goodness, my son would be in love with you if he knew that. Yeah, just the first one, just the web games. I don't work in television or movies really anymore. Just small stuff. I used to work in TV. And it was terrible. Did not enjoy. And now I don't. I do, at the moment, I do mostly educational, mostly stuff for nonprofits and politicians. I actually did an animation for California about the shelter-in-place order, which was weird because it was the first time I ever got a sponsored ad of my own work. I've done a bunch of licensed stuff for Disney over the years. Disney is very vehement about their NDAs, to the point where I did a storybook. Art directed a storybook of the Planes movie, and they would not show me any of the Planes movie or any art from the Planes movie, or tell me they gave us the basic plot of the Planes movie, and we made a book of that without knowing what anything looked like. I redesigned whole areas of the Planes movie and put them in that book. Because they wouldn't. I had to Google what the characters looked like. They didn't send us character art, but it was already Googleable on the internet. It was a mess. But one thing I learned about licensing is it depends who your licensor is. Much of the decisions that are made depend entirely on the person you're talking to. The person who's assigned to you is the person that makes those choices. So, Famous Man said, so there's a movie about planes. That's all we can tell you. Yeah, basically. They gave us the plot outline, basically. But then there would be whole segments talking about locations that I didn't have any reference for. It was a whole castle that I just made up. It was, yeah. Arcraft says Sarah makes book about woodworking tools. Yes. Planes. You know, for really flat boards. It's a very different movie. A lot more like This Old House than the movie that was eventually made. Arcraft says I would watch that movie. I mean, yeah, it's fair. Not saying it would be a bad movie. Probably wouldn't do the numbers that Planes, the Flying Vehicle movie did, though. It's no nature. This is great because the plane. Everyone is picturing their own preferred plane right now. Our craft is thinking about woodworking tools. Get to know nature says I was picturing plains like prairies. Otan23 says the sequel is lathes. They might be scientists thinking about planar geometry. This is beautiful. Who knew that that planes, with all of its various applications as a word, would so divide a group. I love it. So I've drawn some quail. It's just for fun. I really like the fluffy one. Figment's Maid says I knew exactly what the movie was. Cars was good. I didn't watch Planes. Oh, another really fun thing about Planes, and this is more gossip that now I'm telling the whole world. That's like slightly behind doors gossip, but it's fine. I have never before had so many people on two different sides of the same sort of working studio vehemently remind me that it was Disney's Planes, not Pixar's Planes. Pixar didn't want to own it, and Disney didn't want anyone else to be confused that they owned it. It was very odd. I assume because Cars was a thing, and they didn't want confusion. It was hilarious. You couldn't say Planes, you had to say Disney's Planes, because both studios would be annoyed at you if you didn't. For totally different reasons. And here's the best part. I've never seen the Planes movie. I know the plot because I made a book about it, but I've never seen the Planes movie. No idea what it eventually looked like. Figment Smith said I think they were in the middle of splitting up around then. It was slightly before, I think, but yeah, there was, I don't know, there was stuff which I'm not privy to because I don't work for either studio. I just work with licensed properties. But it was just funny to me the way people would it was, you know how sometimes people will remind you of things like you'll say a word and then they'll say it back to you pronounced correctly. It felt like that. It felt like when I was like, oh, the Planes movie, they were like, Disney's Planes movie. I'm like, okay, yes, I know. But Disney's though, yeah, I mean, you said that. I don't. It was such a strange situation. So I find sort of all of the Cars, Planes, whatever movies a little bit disturbing, just based on the fact that they're all definitely built to be inhabited by people, but there are no people. Just on a base level, it feels like the apocalypse. Get to Know Nature somehow had no idea the movie existed. Which is fine. Probably for the best. There might be scientist who agrees with me. The Cars movies are creepy. Oh, Oh right, there was the it was like Chevron or something, a gas station that had like the cartoon cars style cars in all their marketing. Which I've always wondered about as a copyright infringement. But I guess not. Maybe they had a deal or something. It wasn't the actual Cars characters, so maybe they were just like, eh. I mean, making headlights eyes can't really argue that, right? So yeah, I've had a bunch of clients lately, mostly, as I said, lately a lot of political stuff because it's an election year. Warcraft says they're Disney, so I'm sure they tried. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we would have heard about the giant Disney Chevron lawsuit, but maybe not. There might be scientists talking about 1930s animation. Been anthroing tons of stuff since like the 30s. I remember the Merry Melodies one about the two hats that fell in love. I do not remember that one, but now I'm going to try and find it on the internet. All right. I think I'm going to stop poking at the quail. I think I've probably reached the point where I'm arbitrarily shading the quail. Let's briefly, just for fun. Ah, Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet. Well, that's, I don't know what I expected, but that name is essentially correct. I don't have an argument for making it any other name. It was in mime with music. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna turn some layers off here. Because I'm just gonna... I've remembered that I have reference for the cows with the best horns. Just like there at the top of my reference folder. So I'm just gonna do that quick. For fun. I've learned that They Might Be Scientists found hats creepy as a kid. I don't know why this cow's so mad. That wasn't intentional. It's just a thing that happened. But what can you do? Might be scientists. Loves the judgmental. There might be scientists who works with cows. has explained the judgmental look on his face. You have hay, why are you not giving it to me? And or, I see you have a donut, and you are not sharing. Apparently cows don't like it when you don't share. Yeah, it's sort of unintentional, but this cow is definitely judging. Definitely judging you. Yeah, it's a cow for a change. That's right, it's not a bull. Who knew? Well, the rugby sign says all potentially edible things must be inspected by cattle. Oh, our craft with the pun. They are communists. Haha. Equitable division of resources, moo. I feel like the scale of this is off somehow. Just gonna... see. Not that off. Oh no. The Rabbit Sign says, oh my god, she's not being judgmental. She's just giving the mom look at her calf. Oh, and the Potu silently judges. Yep, that's... Apparently I'm failing at cow legs today. Oh no, their political philosophy is based on The Capital by Karl Marx. Marx. Oh, the puns. The puns, they continue. Oops. No. That tool. Not the other tool. Oh. Well. That actually kind of... that solves that. I see what's gone wrong here. Oh. Latin American perspectives on post-colonialism were a lot more influential to me than anything European. Well, yeah, I'm not prepared to attempt to pun pronounce Spanish. Yep, Pedagogia de los Oprimidos by Calblo Fiere. That's my stab at it. The punnings will continue until morale improves. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh cow. Oh cow, oh dear. Oh no, we clearly want to steer the chat in the right direction. Oh no. The continuing cow puns. No. Erase. Erase, darn ye. I shall make this cow look like it is standing less awkwardly yet. I can definitely make this happen. I have faith in myself. I guess MusicBot doesn't like puns. Oh no, MusicBot's feeling all stressed. Really sticking with those cow puns. Really going for it. All right. I swear, eventually I'll feel like the proportions are right. I don't know, it's not my day for cows. Oh no, it's getting utterly ridiculous. They're milking the cow puns for all they're worth. Okay, that one was bad. I guess I need to ruminate on that one some more. Yeah, Arcraft said, I guess our conversation needs imbovine, and I'm like, nah, it's not good enough to read out loud. But I guess I need to ruminate on that one some more as solid. Also, they're milking the cow puns. And utterly ridiculous. Good work. Okay, that's enough that I'm prepared to go back to having fun with shading. Because why not? Why not use the power I have? Use all the Photoshop tools. All of them. Oh, and then we can give it spots. That will be fun. Those sort of brindle spots. Oh, no one's come up with another pun since utterly ridiculous. I feel chat has started to flag. Well, what can you do? Oh, MusicBot. Oh, MusicBot. Positive attitude. It has made a pun. Oh dear. Well, we're gonna wrap up, I think, as soon as I feel like I've gotten. There we go. As soon as I've got the time to put us out to pasture, says get to know nature. Yes, it's time to or is it time to call the cows home? I'm unclear. Oh, they might be scientists. Says I love the markings on this cow. I kind of like how they're going too. Some brindle spotting. So I think that's where we're gonna leave our catlet. I might tidy up just a little bit. There we go. That's where we're gonna leave our cow. Website says I love cows with pretty markings. Brindley the bull has the prettiest markings. The one I put the cape on. Oh dear. Oh, conceived in the rain. Apparently this cow was conceived in the rain. How does MusicBot know that? It's best not to ask. if MusicBot is watching us all the time or not. Time to move on. We've gotten now that I'm working on wrapping up. We've got more pun ideas. I see. Good. Just gonna take some. Oops. Take some little screenshots of the end here. So, thanks for joining me for a slightly weird experimental Monday stream. Pretty pleased with my teapot. I'm glad I got to show you all the rest of the making of. Hope that you enjoyed it and the quick little sketching we did afterwards. Some businessy stuff. For those of you who are patrons of the $5 level or higher, this is your reminder that this Friday will be a patron request stream. It will be a live sketch stream Friday tea time as usual, but I will be doing sketches requested by patrons. Mark, thanks for adding a calf an hour of sketching. Very good. So, if you are a patron who has sketch requests, think those up. You can send them to me on Twitter DMs, on comments in the Patreon post, messages in Patreon, or you can wait and shout them at me in chat. I probably know who you are. So that's Friday. I will see you then for Friday tea time for whatever patrons come up with that I should be drawing. Hope everyone has a great week in the meantime. Now I'm gonna go make myself some dinner. As usual, be safe, be kind. See you on Friday. Bye.